Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So in this class we are going to start off with a new topic, that is unemployment. Okay. In the previous lectures we have completed our two topic. One was economic growth and other one was about poverty. Okay. So these all were about the poverty and the schemes and how we can make it more effective. Okay, so now we are going to start off with a new topic, that is unemployment. So as we already know that India has a population of approximately 135 crore and it is the second largest populated country in the world. Okay, but now we will talk about how much of this population are skilled and how much is of these population is still employed. Okay, so this will basically tell whether India is developing or underdeveloped. So talking about the working population, what is the working population? And working population is the population between this age group. Okay, this is basically known as working age group, and India has 62% of this total population comes under that working age group. Okay, approximately, and more than 54% of its total population is below the 25 year of age. So you can see that we have many assets. India has many assets and many growth opportunities also. It just need to apply the right policy at the right time, so that if everyone get employed, there will be a massive growth in India. But we are going to learn that how will that be possible. Okay, so in this series I will be talking about employment only and the programs and everything which India has done towards the step to reduce the unemployment rate. Okay, so to have a consistent growth, India needs to equip its workforce with employable skills and knowledge so that they can contribute substantially to the economic growth of the country. So if I say the current scenario of the country, so our country presently faces a dual challenge of first is paucity of highly trained force. That highly trained workforce has now paused for a while, and as well as the non-employability of large section of the conventionally educated youth who possess a little or no job skills. So there is basically a need to give a fresh impetus to the Skill India agenda and help create an appropriate ecosystem that facilitate imparting employable skill to its growing workforce over the next few decades. Also, apart from meeting its own demand, India has the potential to provide a skilled workforce to fill the expected shortfall in the aging developed world. As India moves progressively towards becoming a global knowledge economy, it must meet the rising aspiration of its youth. Okay, and this can be partially achieved through focus on advancement of skills that are relevant to the emerging economic environment. And the challenge pertains not only to the huge quantitative expansion of the facility for skill training, but also to reduce the inequality in income. Also, that is equally important task of raising their equality. So this was just the overview. Now we will start off with a theory section. So first of all, we will see that what is unemployment, the definition of unemployment. Okay, so this is basically a situation in which the person is capable of working both physically and mentally at existing wage rate, but does not get a job to work. So this is the basic definition of unemployment. Basically, willing to work both physically and mentally, but does not get any work. Okay. Also, this employment, if I talk about types of unemployment, there is one type of unemployment which is known as involuntary unemployment. Okay, which is same that you are willing to work but does not get any work. So basically, if I only say unemployment, it basically means the involuntary unemployment. Okay, that you want to work but you are not getting any work. So now we will study about the types of unemployment. Okay, so first one is open unemployment. So open unemployment is a condition in which people have no work to do. No work to do. People does not have any work to do. That is, there is not even a single job in that area. Okay, so they are able to work. They are able to work and also willing to work, but there is no work for them. And they are found partly in villages, but very large in a very large number in cities. Most of them come from villages in search of job. Many originate in the city themselves. Okay, such employment can be seen and counted in terms of number of such persons. That is why it is called as open unemployment. And there's another term also for it, that is naked unemployment. So in only unemployment there is job, but they do not get the job because they do not possess that required skill. But in this there is not even a job also for them. Okay. So now next one is structural unemployment. Okay. So it occurs due to the structural changes in the economy, and it can be due to the change in technology. Okay, that is, there can be they can shift from labor intensive to capital intensive, so it will lead to a quite high large number of unemployment, and that unemployment which has occurred to changes in technology in the industry or change in pattern of demand. Okay, there can be any reason, but it should be in economy as whole. So that type of unemployment is known as structural unemployment. Like you can also see many things have been replaced from machine only. Okay, either if you want to withdraw some money, so there are ATM, so you can see that it has reduced the labor intensive and increased the capital intensive work. So reducing the labor intensive will highly mark them as unemployed. So this structural unemployment is that. Okay, and it exists both in rural and urban area. Now third one is frictional unemployment. Okay, and it occurs when a worker is shifting from one job to another. Okay, shifting from one to another, and during that mobility period, okay, in the shifting period, he may be unemployed for some time, and that type of unemployment is known as frictional unemployment. Okay, it is a temporary phenomenon. Basically, it is the time period between the jobs when a worker is searching for, okay, or transition from one job to another. It is sometimes called as search engine and can be voluntary based on the circumstances of the unemployed individual. Next type is cyclical. So it occurs basically because of the cyclical fluctuation in the economy. It happens due to that. And what are the fluctuation? There are basically four phases in the economy or business cycle, that is boom, recession, depression and recovery. Like in boom session, you know that high level of economic activity takes place, which result in high level of employment due to increase in demand, while recession and depression phase marked with low demand, and due to low demand we don't need more people and we also need to lay off the existing workforce due to less demand, so there will be increase in unemployment during recession and depression. And during the recovery phase is when you are going from recession to boom, or when you are recovering from anything bad that has happened. So in the recovering phase, unemployment gradually and slowly decreased, okay, since we are in the recovering phase. So next one is underemployment. So it is a situation under which the employed people are contributing to production less than they are capable of. Okay, it can be in terms of time or type of work, and part-time workers come under this category, that they can contribute more but they are not contributing to their highest efficiency level. So that means they are underemployed, and part-time workers come under this category. Now the sixth one is disguised unemployment. So a disguisedly unemployed person is the one who seems to be unemployed, but in the actual sense he is not. Okay, in the actual sense he is not employed. His contribution to total output is zero, or even you can say negligible. So basically they are the one who are extra one, or the company has kept for the buffer one. Like if someone is leaving or anything happens, so they can just replace them with the buffer one. Okay, but for the time being everything is going good, they will be only treated as extra, and their contribution to total output is just zero or negligible. Okay, and it happens when more people are engaged in a job than actually required, and it is mostly seen in the rural areas. Now we come on to the last one, that is seasonal unemployment. So it occurs during seasonal month of the year. You can also make out from the word also, like you will see in the agriculture sector. Basically it is found in the agriculture sector, since it is highly dependent on the seasons of the year, okay, weather of the year. And if it is a good weather, then this type of crop will grow. Otherwise, other than that weather, it won't grow. So there's a specified month specified for each weather. Okay, so it is basically that type of unemployment which is seasonal, and it is mostly found in agriculture sector and rural areas. So that was all for today's class. In the next class we will see that how we can measure the unemployment, and that is different measures of